guys, it's AJ, and I just wanted to jump on and show you guys. I thought I was going to be smart, and I'm trying a new experiment. You guys were with me quite a while ago when I used Cat's Cradle recipe to use canned fruits to make jelly. I could only use fruits with 100% juice, which I found to be canned pineapple, canned peaches, and fruit cocktail. I found them all relatively cheap, but I wanted to make different flavors. That wasn't enough. And I kept racking my brain, if it was that simple to do it that way, then why couldn't I find something to do other flavors that way, and what could I use? Then it dawned on me, the only requirement that she gave me was 100% juice. So, as you see me make hobo wine with regular grape juice, I'm going to try to make jelly out of regular grape juice. I also have apple, and they're both 100%, and like I said, if this works out, I'll let you know, and you can do any kind. On my stove, I have 7 cups of juice and 2 packages, 1.75 ounces each, of just a cheap version of jellies. It's not the fancy ball version or another name brand. It's a cheap version that I found actually works just as good or better than the rest. So this is what I use. And then after this comes to a boil, I will be adding 9 cups of sugar. My glass measuring dish is 8, so I put 8 cups of sugar in it, and of course the rim is much higher than where the 8 stops, so I just put another regular measuring cup of sugar in it to make my 9. My juice is just about to come to a boil here. After I put my sugar in, I'll boil that for 1 full minute after it comes to a boil again. You'll store the sugar in, and of course anything you add to boiling liquid, it's going to cool it down. So you wait until it comes to a boil again, then start counting your 1 full minute. After your 1 full minute, you put it into your prepared jars. I have my canning jelly jars, which the hillbilly's already telling me that I should have used pint jars. So if he likes that, that's what we will do next time. But for this test, I'm going to use pint jars to see how it turns out. I've got those in the oven at 200 degrees to sterilize and to make sure that they are hot, because I'm going to be pouring hot liquid directly into them. Then, on another pot, or in another pot on my stove, I have my lids and rings already simmering, so they'll be ready to go directly on. And I have my big canner on my metal burner here going, so that it will be nice and ready to go. In that canner, I have, of course, water, which I'm going to be water bath canning, so I want my water to completely cover the jars. So I will have a pitcher of very hot water ready to go in case I need to add, and it won't take so long to come to a boil. I always put Lemmy Shine in my pot in place of vinegar, and vinegar works wonderfully. I use vinegar for a lot of things, but I don't love the smell, and when you can a lot, the smell does permeate the rooms. So I like this. This is my baby here. So I stock this stuff. What else can I tell you before I turn off? I'm going to go ahead and turn off, add my sugar, wait my minute, and I'll bring you back when I've got my jars full, and I'll show you how it's going and let you know what's new. So I'll talk to you really soon, guys. Thanks so much for watching me. Bye. Okay, guys, sorry I didn't really bring you through a lot of the process. I told you guys before, we don't have air. If you heard some noise before, I had the doors open because we've had a really nice thunderstorm. Do you hear it popping? I love that sound. Anyway, there it is again. I got, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12. I got 12 of the jelly jars. They're, I believe, 8 ounces. And then I had 2 small ones, and I put them on top. I couldn't find mine. I actually have one of these. You have to have one of these on the bottom. Your jars should never touch the bottom of your canner if you are using the canner like I am. I am using my Presto pressure canner. And I use these. I have 2 so that I can double stack, which is what I did. My 12 fit on the bottom because they're small. And then the 2 little ones I stacked on the top. And all I had to do was make sure that my water completely covered my jar and, you know, a little to spare. I couldn't find mine, like I said, but J0, our really good buddy, knows that come picking time, when our green beans come up, I am going to be canning my butt off in this kitchen, which needs to be done anyway. Not the, anyway, I won't go there. Anyway, he gave me an extra small canner that he had, and that way at least I can have 2 going at once. I pulled this out of that canner, so I wouldn't have to look for mine. I'm scatterbrained. You guys will probably tell me all kinds of things I did wrong in this video or any other video that I do. And I always tell you I am very versed. I do a lot of different things, but I'm a master of nothing. I do things that I've learned and I share it with you just in case there are things you don't know or things that you can feed me back that you think I can do a little differently to help myself out as well. The way that I use my Presto canner, and I've showed you in a previous vid, but I know some of you might not have seen the old vids or just forgot, like me, because I'm scatterbrained. My Presto, the gauge on the top completely screws out. You see my finger sticking through there. So there's a complete hole on the top. And also, there's another little stopper that goes here, and there's a hole there. So when I put my lid on, all the steam can come out just like a water bath canner or whatnot. But it is so large that I can do so much at once that I really love it. I was going to do apple as well, as I told you, but I really can't take any more heat today. I had a bad spill a few days ago and I fell. And I'm going to the chiropractor tomorrow. I've got doctor's appointments set up at the Yin Yang. Thank you, Lady B. Yes, I'm listening, and I will probably talk to you this evening, tomorrow, let you know. I boom, boom, boom. I'm getting them all lined up like I need to. The only tips that I can really give you, I basically showed you everything in the beginning. That's it. This process, if it works out, can be done in approximately 30 minutes, start to finish. If you lay out everything and prep a little bit like I did beforehand. Have hot water ready for your canner in case you need to put more in, which I did. Have your jars hot because you can't put hot liquid into cold jars. Have your lids and rings already simmering. If you do all those steps, and I'm not telling you this because I'm smarter than anybody, I'm telling you this because usually I forget one of those steps. And that sets me back. So hopefully me telling you how forgetful that I am and how much I screw up, hopefully that'll help you and you can get it really flat on perfect the first time. I got a couple little bugs flying around my kitchen now from the doors being open. This, first, let me show you this. I thought I was being cool. I splurged. A long time ago actually, the hillbilly was still working. But I bought this little ball jar holder. And it's kind of like an oven mitt, but you stick your hands in like this and you can squeeze your jars. And this was the project I was thinking of when I bought it. I thought, wow, that would really help because your jars are 200 degrees. Your liquid's boiling. Everything's very, very hot. You've got your lids and rings simmering. And actually, the lids and rings impress me. They actually cool down pretty quick. They're not that bad to deal with. But you grab a hold of that glass jar and you're going to know it. So I ended up just using give me a second. I ended up just using a pot holder because this will be really good for my pints and quarts. However, for this, it's too big. I could not hold on to this and screw on my lids and rings unless I would have sat it on something and went through a whole bunch of rigmarole. But I wanted you to see, this is still going to be really hot, that what is in this jar is still completely liquid. You heard them pop, you heard them seal. So the first few times that I did my jelly this way with the pineapple peach, that one just popped. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I get excited over that pop. But when I first did that and I seen that liquid, I thought, oh my goodness, I did something wrong. And for you guys that really know me and watch a lot of my videos, I am very, very OCD when I can. Everything's clean, everything's sterile. My lids get wiped. My lids and rings are simmering. I try to do everything right by the book and very sterile because this is not a toy. This is a toy. This is fun for me. But this is food that my family actually eats. I make all of our bread. Now if this works out and I can find enough different kinds to keep everybody happy, this will be our jelly from now on. I won't be buying store-bought jelly again. All of our green beans, they will come from our garden. Our carrots probably won't. We didn't grow enough carrots this year. We're slowly figuring out what we have to grow to sustain ourselves instead of buying from the supermarket. So this is very, very important to me. And the more you can, the more you keep up on tips and practice, the more you listen to airhead rambling people like me, the more little things you might just kind of catch on to and twerk yourself. So I think this is going to be wonderful. Like I said, when I first did it and I freaked out because of that liquid, they say let it sit 24 hours and it'll set up like jelly. So after I freaked out and seen the liquid, I thought, okay, calm down. We're going to do the 24-hour thing. 24 hours later, it was like syrup. And the hillbilly's like, you know, baby, just don't freak out. It's okay. We can use it for pancake syrup. Pineapple pancake syrup sounds really good, honey. It's okay. I'm almost in tears. I labeled it pineapple syrup. I stuck it down on our shelves where we stick our canned goods. And I went to get a jar for a friend that wanted to try the jelly, because I did have some that set up later. For some reason, that batch I just didn't think was going to. When I went down and I looked at the syrup had set up too. So it just took longer for that to set up. The only jelly that I have done personally that has not set up at all, that we did keep as syrup and have used as pancake syrup, I tried liquid pectin. And I don't know if I did it wrong, and I don't know if it was because it was liquid, but it didn't work for me. The powdered does, and like I said, the cheap jellies, I want to say, is under $1. It's like $3 something for the name brand stuff at Evil Mart. That stuff works as good or better. So, and I get it. I save a lot. I'm not advertising for them. I'm not saying one store has better than the other. I'm just letting you know what's worked good for me. I hope this helps. I will do another update video. I will let you know how everybody likes this. I'm not going to post the recipe, even though if you are OCD like me, you heard me tell you what was in it anyway. You heard it step by step. I'm not going to post this recipe only because I want to make sure after the taste test that it turned out like we expect. After that's done, I'm not only going to post the recipe, but I'm going to try the apple, see how that works, and then I'll move on to other juices that have 100% juice. That's the key to this. No preservatives, no additives. It has to be 100% juice. So, I'll let you know how it turns out. I hope I didn't ramble. Not only my scatterbrain, but I am just burning up. So, I am going to go cool down, lose a few layers, and hopefully feel a little better later. But I hope you guys didn't think this was too long, and I hope you found something interesting in something that I said, and I hope you guys have a great day. God bless you all. Bye.